There's something people don't realize about fighters.
Tap in and you were on.
They use fighting to tell you how they feel. There's a dialogue that happens. There's a back and forth. In a way, you're being honest with each other. In the ring, it's pretty simple. The other person is there to hurt you, and you're asking for it. It's a little strange being back home. I've been going to these places in the world to check out like how people live, and it like teaches me lessons and humbles me and excites me, and at the end of the day, like I have to go back to my job, which is fighting. I have a fight in less than 2 months now. And that's it's a different mentality when I'm boxing with somebody. Like all fighters use some form of killer instinct. Right now in my life, I have to get back to that place.
What you now think of as Western boxing,
yes,
is derived more from Philippines than it was from the original, this kind of boxing. So if I have knives and you're doing this, this is going to cut you. Okay, so all of a sudden your hands turn over. So all of a sudden this starts looking familiar.
Right.
Okay, the hook starts to have a different meaning. If your hands are up and I hook this hand out of the way, now I can cut you. And that's the same thing that you do when you pull, you cuff the glove and you hit. So all of these skills originally come from a knife.
This is really cool.
So if you come with your jab and then your cross comes, I have the knife here. So now I can cut you. No matter who you've studied with, you've been studying westernized, sportified boxing.
Right.
That it is a sport and has rules, and those rules preclude you from
limitations.
doing things. Yeah. I mean, when Mike Tyson went after Holyfield's ear, people saw real fighting for the first time, and it freaked them out. Right. Because that's real fighting. Why on earth wouldn't I use my teeth? Why, you see what I mean?
Different animal. That's no longer sport.
Exactly, but people like to say, well, this is fighting. Not really.
Right.
Fighting, if there's a single solitary rule, it's not fighting anymore.
Death is usually not a word we want to look at in a fight gym. You know, I know for me, like if I killed someone in the ring, I'd be done fighting.
There's a couple of different words for Filipino martial arts, but Kali is probably the most common. It's a huge array of weapons: hand striking, elbow striking, use of the shoulder, use of the head, use of the teeth, use of my ability to rip your eyelids and your ears off. Okay, so I can hit you with a wrench, drive over you with a car. All of that is Kali.
Gotcha.
Okay. It's written on the wall. Whatever works. Does it function? It's not about who's better. It's about who's left. So this is the general arterial system. So these are the subclavian arteries. They're right underneath your clavicles. If we separate your neck here into thirds, if we think about up here is the first, second, third, this lower third is the most lethal place. because the arteries are the closest to the surface. This is a butterfly knife. I can go all the way to your spine with this knife, but if I clip here, I'm going to get that carotid again, 12.5% of total blood volume in every pulse on one side. So I'm going to empty out your head in a few seconds. So it's a coconut.
Okay.
It's as hard as a human skull. So no problem. Turn it into powder. Okay?
Wow.
So you can see how readily it just walks through. He comes to me, I can immediately cut him and cut him here. I'm using all the time the distance again.
By Mark Makita's definition, I am not a fighter, I am a boxer. His version of fighting is killing. He doesn't get to kill, he doesn't get to fight. I mean, look, at least I get a release. He doesn't get to practice like slicing someone's head off.
That shot, now I can do that. Okay, so I'm changing the reality.
Like that being said, if you can't use Kali for killing, what can you use it for?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And so the Kali, is a big foundation of what you guys are,
Yes.
are rooted in.
Oh, yeah.
We're known for that. Most of the time, if it has anything to do with a blade or a stick, we get a call.
People watch Hollywood movies and they don't realize they're seeing Filipino martial arts all the time.
Right, like the Born Identity, stuff like that. It's all Filipino martial arts that they're doing in that. And the most success that we've had teaching actors comes primarily because of our Kali background.
Yeah. And action. Nice. Yep. Nice.
No, see how you're doing this? Right. Twist the wrist. Hold that. So after I go here, bang, boom, and then if you want to hear or here.
Hi guys.
Paul.
I'm Zach.
How you doing,
David?
What is going on here?
It's pretty much Die Hard in an insane asylum. My cop is a cop that's stuck in with the worst of the worst, the criminally insane, and pretty much has to fight his way out.
Have you started filming already?
Not yet, no.
So you're just practicing techniques.
We're putting the clay there and trying
Right.
to sculpt it. Paul, I'm lucky. He's got a lot of background, but I'll get some guys who've never swung a punch in their life.
Green.
So for me in Filipino martial arts, I just tell him, I'll have him here and here. He's doing nothing. My stuntman is the guy doing everything. Now when he throws the hook, just go here. Now we can go into this. So 1, 2, 3. One more time. Come in. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one more. 1, 2. Oh, so I'll go. See, this can go right into the, this is just off the moment. Just
I'm sorry,
picking it
dude.
up. So
I
if
didn't
we
mean to
went
volunteer.
here, and then come on, here. So it depends on the style. So this is more in the Filipino martial arts system. So I can go here and say one of them being blocked. This is possible too. So I can go here, swing it. See, this is going to put me right into this if I want to. Now we can go into the locking. So it's really a good system to kind of like tell the story. Kong, hit him in the head, shoot, don't step through. Bang. Don't step through. Yes. Yeah, I want the camera to see it. Yeah, perfect. When you go, okay, you just got hit with a stick.
You gotta show that ouch factor.
Bang. Give him that beat, Paul, to react. Bang. Bang. Hit die. So when
From the entry. So it's the punch, right? And then I grab, I hook, and then it goes into the knee.
Why are you involved in this world? How did this
Oh, well, I've grown up around the Hollywood industry since I was a baby. My godfather's the late Bruce Lee. And so I was born.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Bruce Lee, like Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't even realize he was famous. And then I remember we went to the drive-in. I mean, we went to go see, I think it was Return of the Dragon, actually. And there was my godfather, you know. It was amazing because I'm going, Dad, why is Uncle Bruce on the screen? Yeah, but so that's kind of how it all started. Awesome. Action. Oh. Good. Freeze. Hold on. Come around. Circle, circle, circle. All right. And staying on Paul. He's our hero. And action.
Lift him. Struggle, 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 snap.
Diana and Ron, like, they come from a pedigree. They didn't choose an easier, softer way. They chose a smarter way.
Lift him. Struggle, 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 snap.
But that's not enough for me. I don't want to be making something look real. I want it to actually be real. I actually want to fight. To some people, Kali's for killing. To others, it's for show. I'm sure there's places someone could go to practice a more aggressive version of Kali. I don't know anything about fight clubs. But, I mean, the person who starts a fight club has to like fighting. So Kali...
Study of movement.
Study of movement is what?
Throw a wide hook.
A left hook?
A left hook, yeah. So, you know, here's my natural cover, right?
Right.
So the Filipino way of doing it is
with the
that
elbow?
same thing as you come in like this. You're into the elbow, you're turning him, and then you're working from behind.
Right, I'm nervous. Okay. I should be.
Yeah.
There.
So now a little trickier here. So as I jam here like this, I punch here. Now feel how I have you tripped up here?
Yeah.
That hit's going to do well. And now here comes the hack to the neck, and I pull you into this punch, and there's the choke. The Dog Brothers began in 1988. We were looking for a way to truly explore and test the art that doesn't leave us lastingly damaged. The idea is we are preparing each other as fellow members of a tribe to stand together. The magic words are no judges, no referees, no trophies. One rule only, be friends at the end of the day.
I love that.
I think those values resonate well for a lot of people. What does a young male need to become a man? If you look at every pre-modern society, there needs to be some sort of initiation ritual, some sort of testing. With the Dog Brothers, we offer the place to thoroughly test each other so that when we go out into the world, we can be protectors of our land, women, and children.
Thank you very much.
Of course. You were born East Coast.
You know, Jew boy, hippie bookworm from New York City.
How does someone hear about you?
In our circles, we're pretty well known. This is the den of the Dog Brothers here. These are magazines I've been in. There's a few covers. This is my favorite picture of all time.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. This is our logo. And this is it's the Dog Brothers Martial Arts: mind, heart, and balls, the three ingredients of a real fighter. And our credo is higher consciousness through harder contact. With the Dog Brothers, we had wonderful training and the training methods of the Filipino martial arts, but no one was fighting anymore. And see where we were kind of, I wonder how this stuff plays out in real time. Right. And that's how we began doing what we were doing. Here's the forum for my association. We have, I don't know what the exact number is, but a number of, several hundred people. There's a nominating process. A full Dog Brother says, I think so-and-so is a worthy member of the tribe. And there's you have to fight at a minimum of 2 gatherings. Woof woof, gentlemen. Given we don't want to get dinged up so close to the tribal, padded sticks will be fine for today. We're getting ready for the tribal gathering.
So, since there's no winner or loser, I think that the goal for some of these people who are here today is to become a full Dog Brother.
Yes.
These are dog members?
Well, Greg is candidate dog brother, the one in the black shirt. Alex Red, he's full dog brother. Nathan, are you full dog brother or candidate?
Candidate, sir.
He's still candidate. He's on the edge there. And Chris is going to be popping his cherry in September.
Okay.
Do you know the parable of the cherry?
Tell me.
Do you remember the first time you had sex?
Briefly.
Were you any good at it?
No.
Have you gotten better since then?
I hope so.
That's the parable of the cherry. Before the gathering on the website, nominations are made. And then at the beginning of gathering day, amongst the dog brothers, we have a little list to say, okay, keep your eye on this guy. He's up for candidate. This guy's up for full dog brothers.
I mean, who decided, like, okay, there's such thing as a candidate dog?
That was me. The vision was always mine. So as a candidate, you get your doggy name.
Okay.
Like I'm Crafty Dog. What's your candidate now, right?
Yes, sir. Donnybrook.
Yeah, so he's Donnybrook and he's Cunning Dog. And this is Foo Dog. All right, so, all right, Alex, Nathan, come on out.
Somehow, this man got these men to meet in this place for this purpose.
So what do we do there? Well, we just keep moving, and now we're in Kalimba game on this, and we're pressing here like this. When he throws that one, boom, boom, there we go. We're still good, right?
That's bizarre to me. Like, all the other sports that I've done get to be called a profession. They are literally in a league of their own.
I think I broke my finger.
You broke your finger?
I think so.
You got 9 more.
Yeah.
What? Let me see. E, and you're righty, and it's your right hand.
So I'll fight left-handed.
There you go.
Let me know if it's too tight.
That's good.
What is this to you? I mean, how did you find the Dog Brothers?
The motions that we train in, it actually is therapeutic physically for me because it helps with my range of motion and core strength. And I'm a police officer in the Los Angeles area.
Oh, very cool.
And I got hurt pretty significantly in 2010. I've been hurt multiple times, and actually all of this just kind of builds me up and allows me to keep on going.
This is a foreign fighting culture to me. I'm used to hanging out with prize fighters. That's people that fight for a living. And at the same time, I don't think Greg is in La La Land. I think he's a stand-up dude. I want to know why he's doing this. Oh no!
It's all right. This bone's broken.
Right,
So
clearly.
I'm gonna go see
So they put you in a sling?
till Monday, and I go see a specialist.
Who did you see?
Just a urgent care right up the street from my house. This is Nick.
Hi.
How's it going? Tribal
Nick,
leader.
Zach. Zach? Yes, pleasure.
Brother.
To the right. Behind your head. Bring it up. There. Hold your lungs. And then push it down.
All right, guys, just one hit for one hit, so you can block with one stick or two. Just move your feet, move your hands. There we go. Move your feet, move your feet. All right, guys, give me some of this. One of these guys. Boom, over the head, left hand. Boom. Okay, we'll start here. Boom. Through. There it is. Move around, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. I'm actually a reservist in the military.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys here are former military or in the military now. So if I was to train you, like, there would be certain things I would do, but I would basically tie it to your boxing footwork, and then I would show you how to hit real hard with a stick.
okay, these guys like really want to put it on each other.
Ow! Come on!
They want to hit and be hit for real. I get that. They define themselves through fighting. Most fighters, they don't really think that highly of who they are unless it's in terms of who they are as a fighter. I know for me, like, I get self-esteem from that. Like, self-esteem that I need so badly. Greg still needs, you know, this validation. You like it?
I love it.
It's awesome.
That's
Super clean. The line work is awesome. You're still gonna fight in the Dog Brothers gathering coming up?
I am. I'm just going to fight left-handed.
Okay.
And then protect this at all costs.
Right. You've been injured a lot.
Yes. The first time I was hurt, ultimately they had to go in through the back of my neck right there, a little scar.
Oh, wow.
And they cut bone off at 2 vertebrae on the right side of my neck.
What was the incident? Was it work-related?
Yeah. I got shoved from behind by a gang member. So just fast forward half a career and more injuries, more scuffles with guys that don't want to go to jail. And I was told that I'd be retired, pensioned off due to medical injuries.
I was in a dark spot. And that's the point where I found the Dog Brothers.
That brotherhood is, I wouldn't even say rivals. I think it supersedes any kind of other fraternal type organization I've been a part of my entire life.
I think something happened in the police department that fucked him. All that stuff aside, like, I definitely think he's an adrenaline junkie. Greg wants to hit and be hit. And I'll go with that. You know, at the same time, I think someone like Mark Makita is gentle enough to not have to do that.
Well, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
What'd you make?
Well, I made ratatouille and baked chicken thighs.
Say it again, just because I like the way you say it.
Ratatouille.
The Dog Brothers, Mark Denny, he's a wacko guy. I like him very much. It's base level collie. It's not sophisticated collie. It's still collie, but it's testosterone driven. Let's get a bunch of guys together and see how tough and badass we are.
Wolfpack-esque.
I don't have a problem with that, but I have some issues with people saying it is the ultimate. The ultimate, you have to take the mask off. No matter what, if we change it from it's real, it's not real. You saw how quickly I could turn the coconut into pieces.
Right.
Put a fencing mask on, now that coconut, you can hit it over and over and over again. You'll get a headache. You might even get little cross-hatch patterns in his head with a pad, but he's still, there's a buffer zone.
I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
The buffer zone.
So
it's not like I didn't die zone.
Nobody will go out and play the game and go hard if they take their helmets off. So that alteration of reality is the only place I have an issue with what they're doing. But it's just two different paths. So it's not my path is better than his path or his path. It's not about that. It's just two different paths.
You know, if Mark Makita's on one side and Mark Denny's on another, I think maybe I'm somewhere in the middle.
If you do poke me, poke gently. Please, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yep, that's it.
I feel bad. Okay. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. There you go. Bring what you know. There you go, sir. Bring what you know. All right. Mindful weapon.
Thanks, man.
Nice, yeah.
That was awesome.
Good job, brother.
Thank you so much.
Really good, really good.
The Dog Brothers, they're having a shared experience. Like, there's healing in that. It feels like they're there for community therapy.
So, me too.
Like program?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. May 5th will be 13 years.
I'm some time behind you.
Yes. There's several of us here. Yes, sir.
I picked up on that. Because I'm a member of AA, I get to be a member of society. I have to kind of belong to something. Like, even as I'm saying this, I'm like, oh, like that's my tribe.
Yeah. I got a doggy.
What? A doggy?
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, it's like the sticks are a byproduct of you guys being brothers. It's a side effect almost, you know.
I mean, think about it. I mean, whether it be boxing, stick fighting, the psyche types of differences between a team sport player and a solo sport player are opposite. You know, I've tried to figure that out, and I haven't gotten that answer yet. But it's more of like, you know, I'm not a team player. I know that of myself. I mean, I had the opportunity to play sports growing up, and I chose fighting my whole life.
You played at the park?
Yeah.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Zach.
Nice to meet
Carrie.
you.
Nice to meet you
Carrie.
too. Yes.
Where are you coming from?
From work.
Where's work?
West Hills, Topanga Division.
Awesome. Okay. Got it.
See, my wife's a police officer also.
Right. And what do you think of the Dog Brothers? Yes. It's kind of exciting.
It just get hot in here.
A lot of them are a bunch of like manly, masculine men who, you know, tatted up and go out there and like stick fight. Like, who does that?
Daddy.
Like, beat each other with sticks and knives. But this group of guys, they do it.
What are your thoughts on him coming home with a boxer's fracture?
I was pretty upset.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie. Because as his wife, I obviously don't want to see him get hurt. And
Of course, I can't imagine.
we have 3 kids. You don't want him to come home in one piece. And we talk about this. This is not anything that we haven't talked about. Because I don't want to feel like I need to pick up the slack, you know? So I got upset when he broke his finger, because what hand is that, if you know anything about carrying a gun?
I can imagine.
Right? It's his dominant hand. And he has to go to work, and I don't want him to go to work injured, and I don't want him to not be able to hold his kids.
They did x-rays to see how it was healing, and the finger was being pulled by the tendons, so they rebroke it and then put 2 pins in the finger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Back holding now? You been still doing your core exercises?
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same thing. The more I do, the better I feel, but,
yes.
You know.
Want me to take a look at your low back?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Flip over?
Yeah, why don't you lift up? Perfect. Yeah, let's try to go face down here if you can. Perfect. Beautiful. You getting pain right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, your quadratus lumborum super tight, man.
Indeed.
See you.
Woof woof. Does he see you? Woof woof. There he is. The ones with the check next to them have paid their
have paid.
Have paid. So all these other people have not. No judges, no referees, no trophies. One rule only: be friends at the end of the day. Our goal is that nobody spends the night in the hospital. Our goal is that everyone leaves with the IQ with which he came. However, only you are responsible for you. No suing no one for no reason, for nothing, no how, no way. Higher consciousness through harder contact, all copyright to Dog Brothers Inc. There it is. The adventure continues. For knife, we'll do 90 seconds. The other fights will be 2 minutes unless I like it and let it go longer. All right, tap in and you were on. Tap in and you were on. Now the fights are starting to warm up. It takes a while.
It takes a minute for people to be touching each other.
There we go. More. Hit him until he gets mad. Nice turn on the kick there. Okay, I see death. Keep the shin there, keep the shin there. Yes, yes. All right, death, I see death. Tap.
Pass, pass, pass. Put your leg out. There you go, pass.
Time.
I really like Greg and I consider him a friend, but I don't feel the way he feels right now. Greg is putting his family through a ringer just to get a name that ends with dog.
That's your dad. That's your dad.
Tap in and you were on.
That's daddy now.
3 or 4 shots, Greg, and move. Nice, write it down, write it down, write it down. 30 seconds. Back your hand. Come on, go. 30 seconds. We got 8 seconds. Hit him with the bumper.
Time.
I'm a boxer. I can't fight with a broken hand. He is a police officer. He needs that finger to fire a weapon. He needs that finger to make a fist. He needs that finger to write somebody a ticket. But at the same time, like, he needs to fight.
Yeah, Time. Keep that right arm moving, Greg.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful use of the.
That's it.
Okay?
You're done. Good.
Yes, sir.
You don't got anything else to prove, man.
How do you feel having a family here?
I can't wait till they can jump in there themselves.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you feel about that? She was like, what'd you just say?
I got them their first pair of boxing gloves the other day.
I know, he was attacking me.
Yes,
Both
he
of
did.
them. Okay, what's the huddle?
All the full dog brothers, they get together and talk about who, if any of us, should be promoted up as a candidate dog brother or full dog brother.
All right, everybody, get comfortable, have a seat. First, we have for candidate.
Dog Walter Towns.
Come on out, Dog Walter. Neil. All right. By the powers invested in us by us, rise, Dog Brother.
Dog Mike Pettifill. Dog Joel Carbonell. For full dog.
Ooh.
Pirate dog.
By the powers invested in us by us, candidate no longer, rise, Dog Brother.
Josh Rogers. Candidate Lazy Eye Dog. Rise Jamie Carskaden. Candidate Tizzy Dog.
And so endeth the 2017 Dog Brothers Tribal Gathering of the Pack. We're having fun and festivities at your house.
Yeah, see me for the address.
See him for the address. All right. The adventure continues.
Like, I see a one-handed guy doing everything someone could do with one hand. Which, like, from what I was told, is what it is to be a full dog member. And he didn't get it.
You just keep working.
Yeah. Go. What happened? Okay.
You're like a boxer now.
Something on the inside of my mask.
That's what it looks like. It has the mesh
does?
imprint. You could literally, you see the whole cage, like the lines of the cage right there.
That's awesome. Carrie's gonna kill me.
Probably.
Yeah. This is a very controlled, trusted, loving environment where you can go out there and bash somebody's head in and you're going to hug at the end of it. It's a primal need to feel like you want to engage in combat with another human being. And there's a lot of healing to be done through letting out your aggressive side.
And what do you think you're healing? Or what are you healing?
Hey, Mike.
I think this is something that will outlive me, and that has a lot of meaning because of the meaning it has to the people who do this.
What meaning does that have to you? And I know higher consciousness through harder contact.
Yes.
I want deeper than that.
Like me individually?
Yes.
It's hard to see yourself. I mean, that's one of the hardest things of all, I think. But if I were to take a stab at it, I would say a lot of it has to do with my parents' divorce when I was very young and the disagreements between them, which were often conducted through me after the divorce. I didn't have the relationship with my father that I think, in point of fact, we were meant to have. And I think this is something common to a lot of people in modern life, that there is a transfer of the sense of manliness from father to son, that it's interrupted. And if we have a lot of adult males who are not men.
I relate to these people. I think the dog tribe is working on healing a similar pain. You know, that whole thing of like, keep coming back. Here they are. Like, I got my own shit. I heal for my own reasons. Certainly part of the reason why I fight, why I box. And maybe the same for Greg, like, we are both trying to find out what the best version of ourselves looks like through some type of combat. It's a rare thing to find.
I don't think there's such thing as like being a pussy in Cambodia. This is one of those places that you don't get to stop and lick your wounds.
He's like one of the oldest fighters in Cambodia that still fights.
How old are they turning pro?
This kid is 10 years old. He fought twice already. This is how we should have him here, young.
That kid's gonna pull more money tomorrow night than his father can make almost in a whole month. Come on.
Complex Networks.